Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us today. It is the big game, so I know a lot of you are probably watching. Some are going to be watching this simultaneously, and others will be watching this, and others will be watching that. And we're okay with all groups, however you choose to come hang out with us. All right, I'm going to share with our groups real quick as soon as I can find our live. There it is. No, that's not what I wanted you to do. Hi, Miss Sherry. How are you? There we go. Groups. VIP. Oop. Need to share one more group. You shut down too quick. And we want our creative hearts. There we go. Okay. All right. There we are. Hello, hello. If you are here, go ahead and say hello. I'd love to know who's hanging out with us. I do have some fun things for tonight. Okay. Hey, Miss Kay. So glad you could join us. Hello, hello. All right, real quick, let's get the housekeeping stuff out of the way, and then we can get on to all the fun. First up, of course, is our paper pumpkin. We are in the February paper pumpkin subscription period. You have a couple of more days left. You have until the 10th. If you want the Celebrate Spring kit, that creates 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. The whimsical handmade cards will celebrate Easter and sweet spring days. You will receive pre-cut paper pieces in pink baker's twine, iridescent pink and yellow sequins, and the coordinating colors will be balmy blue, crumb cake, lemon, lolly, peach pie, pretty in pink, and shy shamrock, and we're using that color tonight. And the classic ink spot will be shy shamrock. It does coordinate with the Easter Joy stamp set in our mini catalog. If you wanted to take a look at that. That is item 166954. It is an entire suite of product, and this paper pumpkin will coordinate with it. It will also coordinate beautifully with these beautiful blooms add-on dies. I believe they are $12, and they are still available. They are while supplies last. And it does make these pretty little like tulip flowers. You get the stem, the tulip heads, and then the sentiment beautiful, and then this postage stamp type little rectangle die. So that's how that will work. All right, so paper pumpkin, we are in bonus days. If you earned $5 coupons back in January, you can now begin redeeming them. As of the 3rd of September, you have until the 28th. If you have any coupon codes, now's the time to do that. Hello, Miss Sue. How are you? And before we get started, I do have a prize patrol for tonight. You do have to stick around to the end when we do this. Whoever is here live, hey, sis, will be in the drawing. I will draw using the StreamYard giveaway tool. So at the end of this video, we will do a quick draw for this embossing folder. It's called Beautiful Patterns Embossing Folder. I am using this tonight, and somehow I managed to order 2 of them. Oops. So we have a prize patrol tonight. So stick around to the end of this video, and you will be in the drawing for that. All right. Tonight's featured set, it's called Good Luck. We have our little pot of gold here. We have the little gold pieces. We've also got ourselves a good luck charm with the horseshoe. We have our 4-leaf clover. There's also a mini 4-leaf, a little heart. There's some little, I guess those are supposed to be sparklies. And then our sentiments are good luck, your gold, and lucky to be friends. And we used almost every stamp in here except for the sparkles and the heart. And I probably could have easily fit the heart in, but I didn't. for tonight's cards. So here's what we're making. This class is also a free with purchase class. Usually we do that on the first Sunday of the month. However, last Sunday, it totally missed my brain that last week was our first Sunday of the month. So I moved that to tonight. And yeah, so this class is available free with a purchase. Spend $35 before shipping and tax in my online store, and I will send you all of the materials to make these super cute cards. So here's card number 1. This is your gold, and we have our little pot of gold here, and we've got some really pretty specialty paper here. And then, of course, this is where I did that embossing folder. I don't know if I can make that show up in this. There we go. I think there you can see it now. It has that texture, really pretty texture, and I really love that. And then we have our good luck card, where there are little horseshoes, little embellishments there. And then we have our fun fold. This is a double gate fold, and it opens up like so, and it says lucky to be friends. We have our little shamrocks, both the mini and the large, and we put those minis on the inside as well. So those are the cards we're making tonight, and we are going to go ahead and get started. Well, thank you, Miss Sherry. Oh, yep, the definitely heated blanket season. All right, we are going to start with our first card. And for that, I have here, did I not? Yes, I do have it. All right, started with a card base. It's a thick basic white, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, but it's scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and fold on our score line. I can get everything lined up here. There we go. There we are. Then I have a piece of that designer series paper. This measures 3 inches by 4 inches, and that'll attach down here at the bottom. And then I did take the liberty of running through the Big Boss, the beautiful patterns embossing folder, with a piece of the shaded shamrock. Shy Shamrock. Oh my gosh, forgot my color names. This is Shy Shamrock, and it also is 3 inches by 4 inches. And like I said, I did run it through the beautiful patterns embossing folder, which happens to be our prize patrol tonight. Okay. So for these, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to start with my embossed Shy Shamrock, and I'm going to attach it to the left upper corner of our card base. So for that, we're going to get our adhesive and run it down both sides here. And then we're just going to look to get 2 equal borders, top and left edge. So that, it is a cool folder, Kay. I really like the pattern that it has. It's like a little diamond stitching almost. All right. Now I'm going to take this designer series paper. This happens to be from, it's called the Pleasant Patterns 12 by 12 specialty paper. And it comes with peach pie, pretty in pink, and then the Shy Shamrock, which we're using the Shy Shamrock. And let me open this up so you can see. So here's the peach pie piece that has this like speckled pattern, and you get 2 each. Trying not to put the sticky on this paper. Okay, so there's the peach pie. It is single-sided. Then we have the pretty in pink with the tulip and florals here. And then, of course, the shy shamrock is here. So that is called Pleasant Patterns. And again, this is cut 3 inches by 4 inches, and it has that pretty sheen to it. And again, we're going to just add our adhesive. And again, this is going to go to the lower right corner. And again, we want 2 equal borders running along the bottom and right edge. And they overlap just like so. Okay. Next, I'm going to use the largest circle from our Stitched Shapes Stylish Shapes dies. If you recall the Stylish Shapes, you have the banners, the squares, and the circles. I am using the largest circle. And we're going to die cut that. So we're going to bring in our baby boss. And of course we need our plates. And we're just going to run this through. Like so. So there's our circle. Put this back on our magnet. And next, I have my stamp positioner from Stampin' Up. This is our new stamp positioning tool. And oops, we're stuck. Put that back down. I have my paper marked where I want my grid papers marked where I want to put my design or my basic white to do our stamping. So I'm going to stamp my little cauldron. And I need my Memento black ink for this. And the reason I'm using my stamp positioning tool is I'm pretty confident I'm going to need to stamp this a couple times to get it as dark as I want. I want a nice black gold cauldron. And then we're just going to go ahead and press that down. And that's sticky, so it did move a little bit. So we're just going to move that back into place. And that's why that's marked. Now we're going to go ahead, ink that up again. It's actually not too bad, but we're going to do it one more time. Make sure we have a nice dark. That goes down like so. And perfect. And it will be perfect each and every time when you use a positioning tool. And like I said last week when I showed you this, if you have a Stamparatus, you do not need this tool. If you join my team this month, you will get this tool automatically as part of your startup kit. However, I do anticipate this will be available for everyone to purchase in the coming months. with the new catalogs coming out or an online exclusive, which I'm not sure which it'll be in, but I do believe it will be available. But I don't want you to spend the money on this if you've already got a Stamparatus, because that works just fine. Let's see what time we're using that tonight. Okay, next we need our snips. And I am going to, well, actually, we're going to do some fussy cutting. This is an easy shape to do. It's not bad at all. But even I am willing to cut it out. And y'all know how much I love fussy cutting. I'm not patient enough to be a fussy cutter. I think that's my problem. But I will do it when I need to. I like to leave just a fine little bit of a white border. It does help hide my imperfections. And I do have my Shy Shamrock Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to use the light to color in our shamrock here. Just like so. Easy peasy. So that will set there for now. Then we need, I used my scraps here, and I want find it. There it is. Our little gold pieces here, and we're going to use Darling Duckling. Oh, I certainly will, Sherry. They're watching the game. So here's our gold. And we're just going to stamp that here on our little scrap. And then we're going to find our Shy Shamrock ink pad. And your gold. And I'm going to stamp your gold in the Shy Shamrock. All right, so those are all set. Now, my gold, once again, have to fussy cut. I'm getting rid of all my excess here. And just start cutting around. And again, this little one here, it's a little bit different to cut because it doesn't have great outlines, but it's still fine. You just want to try to keep a little bit of a border around things. And again, I'm no expert at it, but we make it work. There we go. There's our gold. And then I'm going to bring our baby boss back. And I have the, oh, where's those dies? It would be the second to the smallest circle. And we do want a little bit of tape here. So we're going to bring our Post-it tape in just to secure this so it doesn't move around. Minus 17. You know what? Bruce did tell me how cold it was, and I don't remember what he said. I know it was like cold, ridiculously stupid cold. I know it was negative. I haven't moved since I pulled in the driveway Friday night. I haven't been outside at all. I have not stepped outside these doors because I'm a big chicken. I'm cold now. And he's got the wood stove blaring down there. But for whatever reason, it's not translating up here. Okay, now we're going to piece our card together. So we're going to start with our little cauldron here. And we need, I just had it. There it is. Dimensionals. So we're going to start with that. And that's going to set right there on our circle. And then we're going to bring in our gold. And our gold is going to just get a little bit of adhesive like so. And that's just going to come peeking out of our cauldron. And then we get some more dimensionals. Oh, you finally got above freezing, Kay? Oh, I know. They're saying we're going to have like this warm up into the 30s sometime next week. But we've been brutally cold. And it's just awful. All right, so there's our cauldron. And now we want a sentiment. I am going to put... Oh, no, that was the wrong side. I want the adhesive on this side and then the dimensional coming off on this side. And it says your gold, and that's just going to go up here in the little corner like so. And then I brought in, these are some oldies but goodies, the 2024, 2026 in color gems. And I'm using the Shy Shamrock shade. And we need our take your pick tool. And put one there. One there. And Another one up here. And that completes card number 1. All right. So that's our first card. And I think it's so cute. Oop. Get those back in. All right. Next up, this is our good luck card. So this one, hair in my mouth. This one, we have a thick, basic white card base. This one is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold on that score line. Make sure everything lines up. Just like so. Then we have a piece of designer series paper. And this comes from another really pretty pack of paper. Where is it here? This is called the Mixed Up Patterns. And this is, again, a 12 by 12. And you can see I've been using it, but love this one here with the balmy blue and the little posies here. And then the back side, we have these Daffodil Delight stripes. Then we have strawberry slush, and there's like a little rose pattern, tone on tone in there. And then we have the Secret C with the chevron, again, tone on tone. And then we have this distressed weathered wood pattern. Love this one, I have to tell you, with the Secret C in white. And then the back side of that, we have a strawberry slush chevron. And then we have this distressed paint look here. And again, the strawberry slush with like a polka dot. And then we have the old olive. There's like a striped pattern here. And then on the back side, we have this pink diamond pattern. And then we have the Daffodil Delight, like a daisy. And then balmy blue with another floral pattern on the back. So really pretty paper. And I am like loving this paper. But anyways, so I cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and add our adhesive. But before we tack this down, I do need my ribbon, and I am using again this week. This is the specialty Rick Rack in Old Olive, and this was part of the bug suite. So we're just going to take this and whoop, right in the center. Just tack that down. And then where's our snips? We're just gonna snip that off and tack it down again. So now this is going to go down on our card base. And that looks pretty good. Get that down nice and tight. And we're good. All right. Then I have some scraps here. I have one for my sentiment and one for my little horseshoes. And we need horseshoe and okay. So we're going to start with our horseshoe. I need Old Olive and Daffodil Delight. And where is that? There it is. Okay. So we're going to start with, I need 2 Old Olive horseshoes. So I'm going to do 1 up here in the corner. And then I'm going to do 1 down here. And then we're going to, where can I put that out of the way? We need to clean that off. And we're going to do Daffodil Delight. So we're going to go ahead and ink that up. And that's going to go right there. All right. Now for that, well, let's go ahead and do all of our stamping before we start doing our die cutting. That way all of our stamping is done. All right, we'll put that there. We need our secret C. And we're going to do good luck. And good luck is going to go right in the center of our little scrap here. Now, we can come back to our little dies here. I have them on my little magnet. I'm using the smallest circle now from our stylish shapes. And I've also got the smallest arch from our arches dies. They're called, let me give you the correct name, Everyday Arches. So I do want the flat end on the good side. So we're going to set that there like so. And we're going to tack this down so it stays in place as we cut it. And we're going to cut out one of our 3 horseshoes. So we're going to get that. Oh, and Cicely, just to give you a good chuckle, your brothers are texting back and forth their aggravation about how long it's taking for them to get the game started. There's too much pomp and circumstance, apparently, of getting this game going. They're cracking me up down there before it came back up. They're a pair. All right, so we're going to get, oh, let's put this one down right there. All right, so we're going to get these cut. Oop. Oh, for goodness sakes. It's too close to the edge, or it's never going to go. There we go. They are quite a pair. That's all I can say. All right, so there's, oops, 1 horseshoe in our sentiment. We'll that there. Now we got to cut out 2 more of our little horseshoes. All right, and there is our second horseshoe. And our last one coming right up. Oh, hey, Deb. All right, there's our final horseshoe. And we're gonna get this out of the way so I can put this back on the magnet so we do not lose it. There we go. That can go in the garbage. This goes out of the way. And we bring everything back here. All right. Okay, we now have our sentiment and our 3 little horseshoes. Like those. So for the sentiment, we are going to take 2 dimensionals. One will go up here, and one will go down here, and they're going to straddle our rickrack ribbon. So there's our good luck. And then our Daffodil Delight horseshoe is just going to get some adhesive. And that's going to go out there. Next horseshoe is going to go there. And then a dimensional on the final little horseshoe is going to go there. Okay. Next, I am using the Moody Palette Glossy Dots. And this comes in some pretty colors here. We have white. We have the cloud cover, old olive, and secret sea. And we're using old olive and white and another old olive, and we're going to stick that one right there. And that completes card number 2. All right. Moving right along. We have our fun fold. And this is our Lucky to Be Friends. And this one is a really easy double gatefold card. And for this one, we have a Daffodil Delight card base. And this is cut at a different size. This one is 11 by 5.5. And then we did some scoring. And I've already done this ahead of time, so I'm just going to tell you. We scored it at 1 1/4, 3 3/8, 7 5/8, and 9 3/4. Okay, so those are the measurements. Again, the card base is 11 by 5.5, scored at 1 1/4, 3 3/8, 7 3/8, or 7 5/8, excuse me, and 9 3/4. So then we're going to get our bone folder and we're going to fold out all of our score lines. So this one folds in, this one folds back. This one folds in, this one folds back. And that's how you get your double gatefold. All right. Next, I have some Designer Series paper. I have 2 each of 1 inch by 5 1/4. And again, both of these came from the mixed up patterns, 12 by 12. And I have 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to go ahead. Well, before I do that, let me do the inside piece too. So we have a piece of basic white for the inside that is our standard 5 1/4 by 4. All right. So for this, I did take my little shamrock, and we need our old olive ink. And we're going to ink that up. And we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So our 3 little shamrocks. We'll go ahead and close this up for the moment. And we're going to insert this into the inside. So we're just going to add our adhesive. And this goes into that center panel when you open the card. Try to get things centered there. There we go. Next, we can put our panels on. So the 1 3/4 inch wide piece goes on these larger panels on the outside of the card. So right here. So again, you want to try to get centered on the panel. And then the 1 inch goes on like so. And then do the same thing on the other side. So we're just gonna Oh, hey, Laura. Didn't even see you pop in there. All right. And then our final strip of designer paper right on that outside fold there. All right. So there's all of our designer series paper already attached. We're ready to finish our little card. So then I have another piece of Daffodil Delight that is 3 inches square. So it's 3 by 3 square. And then I have a 2 3/4 inch square basic white. So we're going to take this basic white square and we are going to start with our sentiment. Which is lucky to be friends. And we're using strawberry slush as our color. And if you're wondering where I came up with my color combinations, I literally took them off the back of my designer series paper packs. And these are the colors that coordinate with the mixed up patterns. Mixed up patterns? Is that what that's called? Yep, mixed up patterns. So they all go together. And now we're just going to stamp in this lower right-hand corner of this 2 3/4 inch square. Like so. Lucky to be friends. All right, we're going to close that up. Clean this off. Then I want, where did it go? There it is. We have our shamrock. And I want my old olive again. So we're going to start with our large shamrock. Ink that up. And the first one goes here. Should have brought my cushion over, but I didn't. And then this one's going to go here. And then our third one will go down here, like so. All right, next we want our little one. And again, with the old olive, I'm going to put one here. There. And there. So now we have 3 littles, 3 bigs. Close that up. Add our adhesive. Center that on our Daffodil Delight 3-inch square. Looks pretty good. All right. Now, I'm just going to add some adhesive on this panel alone. Close that up. And I'm going to kind of eyeball center here. That looks pretty good. And then push that down. Like so. Then we're bringing back those matte Moody palette dots. And or take your pick tool. And we're going to do one there. There. In there. And there's our lucky to be friends. And there, my friends, we have made 3 quick, easy, simple cards with our good luck stamp set. And again, you can have this class to go in your mailbox for a $35 order before shipping and tax in my online store if you'd like to make these yourself, because they are so cute. All right, we'll do a real quick recap. And then for those of you who stuck around and hung out with me, you're going to go and get a chance to win the embossing folder that we used tonight. So we have good luck and then your gold. So there's our cards from tonight. All right. Oh, Miss K, you are so welcome, and thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I had fun making them. It really did. All right, put them out of the way. That out of the way. And oops, that can go out of the way. We are ready to see who is going to get Happy Mail in their mailbox this week. It's called the Beautiful Patterns Embossing Folder. And let me see what I need to do here. All right, choose. Yep, this is the one. And why isn't it? All right. It's doing something weird here. Nope. There we go. Okay. I'm going to now share the screen so you can see the draw. All right. Share screen. And that's the one. We're going to share it. Okay. Hopefully you're seeing my screen. Is everybody able to see my screen? It says draw. Okay, I'm going to assume you can. I'm going to do the draw. Lori, congratulations. Hang on. We got to do something here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Lori's the winner. Okay, how do I stop this? There we go. All right. Well, there you have it. Lori's our winner. Lori, you will be receiving the Beautiful Patterns Embossing Folder in the mail this week. So congratulations. All right, my friends, thank you for so much for coming to hang out with me on this Super Bowl Sunday. Hope you all have a fabulous rest of your evening. Enjoy the game if you are watching it. And if you're not, well, go enjoy the rest of your evening anyway. And otherwise, have a fabulous rest of your week. And I will see you, God willing, next weekend with some more stamping fun. All right, guys. Again, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great night, guys. Bye for now.